So right now we're kind of in the middle of a coronavirus COVID-19 situation everywhere. And a lot of places have issued these stay-at-home orders or shelter-in-place orders. And, a lot of people have asked me, since I'm a lawyer, like, hey, do you think these are constitutional? Okay, I lied. Nobody is, because I'm a patent lawyer and I don't know any of this, really. But I've been bored and at home, and what else am I going to spend my time doing? So anyway, but if somebody's going to take away somebody's liberty, life, liberty, property, you usually have to go through some sort of due process. It's like your physical liberty might be violated if you're imprisoned, or if you're placed in a situation where you don't really have physical freedom of movement. So, I don't know. I'm sure that shelter in place and stay-at-home orders are nothing like that, but if they were, maybe that could be an issue. The Interstate Privileges and Immunities Clause, from what I studied, I don't think states can discriminate against non-residents. Okay, the right to interstate travel. This one might be a fundamental right, which means strict scrutiny would be applied, which means it's going to be a mother to pass that one. But here's why that one doesn't matter, okay? The only place we really want to go is California, and for Disneyland, right? And it's closed, so why would you want to go anywhere? Right to have access to courts for certain kinds of proceedings. I've heard that some courts have closed, or they don't have the access that they used to, or they're not processing things as much. But I don't know that that's an issue, because I think we just all need to remember that the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, they really weren't written for criminals, okay? So I feel like, all right. First Amendment. I've heard of that one. Freedom of assembly. I only think that matters for kids that are in school, that should be having assemblies. And if you're an adult, when was the last time you went to an assembly? So I don't think freedom of assembly should be a problem. I think that's going to be fine. Freedom of association, why would we want to associate with other people? Because they might be infected. And freedom of religion, that's another one that, some people get excited about. And since this whole shelter-in-place thing has started, we haven't had to go to church. And I've got to tell you, it has been awesome. I could get used to this. I really could. So it's not bad. And I know you're thinking hey, what if I need to go somewhere and be judged by people? Well, that's what Facebook is for. Right to bear arms. Don't want to get into that one too much because everybody's going to get really excited. But I had heard that firearms sales were suspended in many locations, which could be violating the right to bear arms. Fourth Amendment, right of privacy. Who needs privacy? Come on. But apparently, I guess some places are starting to track people through their cell phones to know how the virus is going around. That could be some sort of violation of the right of privacy. And then Sixth Amendment, right to a speedy and public trial. That could be an issue right now, too. But you guys, look, I've only counted 10 possible issues, and I'm sure half of these are probably wrong, or half of these, the government all these state governments could prove they're okay in doing what they're doing. Look, the only thing that they could do that would be more limiting is just put us in prison, and we're not in prison. We're in our houses, and we can't leave. So that's better than prison, right? Anyway, that's constitutional law review of stay-at-home orders and shelter-in-place orders by a completely unqualified patent lawyer.